Welcome to the boating adventure.
If I had a boat and oceans to cross, then I would sail them. Since I have this promise to keep.
It's Wednesday, the 4th of May 2022, and you join me today in the Lisbon House workshop. At the moment, the swamp duck is in a marina which is only some 15 to 20 minutes away. So I'm going to make the most of this opportunity to carry out some repair works and alterations to it. One of the first things I'm going to look at is the hatch. The hatch I replaced when I first got the boat in November 2018. It was leaking really badly due to the poor design of it. So I'm going to go and take that off the boat today and bring it back here because it needs a really good rub down with some sandpaper, and it needs to have some primer, a couple of coats of gloss and a couple of coats of yacht varnish before I can put it back. My first restoration job back in November 2018 was to tackle the ingress of water, which was a result of a really badly fitting handrail and the poor construction of the hatch. I had to completely remake the hatch. I probably will take the polycarbonate sheet out and remount that with some fresh sealer, and that will enable it to be watertight. Now, in order to do that, I'm obviously going to have to take the hatch away and bring it back here, so I need to put something temporarily in its place. I have found a piece of chipboard from an old computer desk which is roughly the same size as the polycarbonate sheet. I just need to remove a section here, and I can probably do that on the rotary saw. I'm also going to make a few holes in here so that I can use some straps to strap this piece of wood down and keep it firmly fixed in place so that it won't leak and let water in whilst I'm attending to fixing and repairing the hatch. So that's my task today. Once I've got this out and I've covered it with some plastic to keep it from getting too wet, I'm going to take it down to the swamp duck and remove the hatch and put this temporary piece on. The swamp duck certainly is having some luxury at the moment. There's a water point at the end of the pontoon, and the boat is also connected to mains electricity. So what I can do before I travel down to the marina, which takes about 15 to 20 minutes, I can turn the electricity on, which will turn the bar heaters on in the cuddy, and so it'll be nice and warm when I get there. How about that? So about 15 minutes later, I've come to the swamp duck and yep, heating is on. Brilliant. It's nice and warm in here too. Okay, so now it's a matter of just removing first of all the solar panels, the little one for the fairy lights and the one for the starter battery. I'll take them off first. I've got the temporary cover on. I've just tied it down there with some of these spring ties. Need to get a hacksaw for these hinges. They are bolted through, so I'm going to have to go through those bolts. It's probably the easiest way, and probably looking at some different hinges there. There's the missing hatch from the inside. That looks okay. That should be enough for the next few days, as long as we don't get any torrential rain, that is. I have got a cover that can go right over the top of the boat if necessary. But essentially that's it, so I can go and get the hatch sorted out at home. I've now got the hatch in the workshop here, so I can have a really good look at it. I think the wood has actually held up quite well. For saying it's made of softwood rather than a hardwood, it's being exposed to all weathers. It's not too bad at all. It's just got to have all this peeling paint taken away. Got some filler in places and a good sanding down. The rubber here needs replacing. I think that was only stuck on originally, so that will soon pull off. So that can come off. I'm going to take the polycarbonate out, so that will make it easier to work on. I do have a new piece of that, because when I bought the polycarbonate originally from a company called Sheet Plastics at Broughton Astley in Leicestershire, I bought two, thinking that maybe one day I would need to replace it. So I actually do have a new piece that was cut to size and arrived at the same time in 2018, so I've been looking after that. So we can actually have a cleaner piece than this one. So my next job is to set to work on this and get it all cleaned up. It's going to take a little bit more sanding down, but that essentially is not too bad at all. I need to buy some new beading. That's probably taken the worst toll of it. It's Saturday the 7th of May 2022 and I've come over to the Swamp Duck this afternoon. I've been having another thought about these hinges that are bolted through. I'm going to see if I can replace the wood that I had to take out, which was completely rotten, which has left the hinges rather loose. And I'm going to have a go at filling them with this Ronseal filler. It seems to be that it's waterproof and mold proof, weatherproof, and should set really hard. So I'm going to make a bit of a mold. And then it's going to be a question of squeezing some of this filler into the gap underneath the hinge. And then I'm going to have to leave it for overnight really to make sure that it sets really hard. Don't know if this is going to work, but it's worth a try. Need to do the other one. It's just a question of making a mould. Okay, so it's Sunday the 8th of May 2022 and I've come back over to the Swamp Duck to try and fit the hatch today. I'm just going to check on this little mould that I had going, see if it's worked. Yep, that looks fairly solid, and that saved me worrying too much about these bolts. I really didn't want to have to put any more bolts into the roof. I'm just going to put some clear seal around here just to make sure it is waterproof, and around the screws. So that's that one done. And that one's worked as well, but it could do with a little bit more underneath there. So I'll do that side. Add some more. There we have a Swamp Duck's hatch in place. I just need to tidy up those surrounds around the hinges and put some of the silicone sealer, and just on the screw heads just to make sure that they're watertight. But I'm very pleased with that. It looks a lot smarter than the previous efforts. With the sun out, the top down, and 6 miles an hour ahead of me, and no coarse fishermen to worry about, it's time to take the Swamp Duck for a proper spin.
you're the ones that are lost in life. But even dreamers have the power to save a friend. And I know you are afraid that you'll fail again. You can take it to the grave, but it doesn't end with you. In the blue, in the blue. You say you haven't been yourself for a long, long time. Barely awake and it is already on your mind. But even if you open up and it's all pretend, and I know you think it's worth every dime you spend, you can take it to the grave, but it doesn't end with you. In the blue, in the blue. There's a heart that belongs to you, but the ones that can wait are few. In the blue, there's a heart that belongs to you. In the blue, but the ones that can wait are few. In the blue, there's a heart that belongs to you. In the blue, but the ones that can wait are few. There's a heart that belongs to you. But the ones that can wait are few.
This coming week I'm hoping to go and explore the Colden Canal, so I hope to bring some footage of my adventures. Subscribing to my channel on YouTube is completely free and it does help the channel to grow, and I find it a great encouragement to see the number of subscribers rising. So please press the subscription button on the bottom right hand corner of the screen on a mobile phone or a tablet, which is displayed throughout my video. By pressing the bell icon on the home page of the channel, you'll be notified by YouTube each time I upload a new video. Please give us a like, as again that's a great encouragement to me. Please make your comments below, as I do enjoy reading them and I will respond to each and every one of them, and sometimes it gives me ideas for future videos. So thank you very much for watching, and do take care.
Put it on the wash over